What's up, y'all? What's going on? Yes, I'm in my car. I just got off work, late at night, Thursday night. But I've been thinking about some things the past couple weeks, and another topic came up today that I think I should share. I was going to wait till Monday after my show, but I decided to do it now, okay? Real talk, okay? Point number one, as some of you may know, having a lot of friends in the sport, men, women, children, right? And a lot of y'all understand and know that I'm a very, very positive guy. I like to support arm wrestling all the way across the board, women especially. So this part's going for you ladies, okay? So hear me out. There's so much going on these days that we need to stop, right? This is not going to be me mentioning names, right? That's not what I'm going to do. But I will say this. I have friends, a bunch of lady friends that I adore, truly. I adore. I have a bunch of lady friends on this side of the fence. I have a lot of lady friends on that side of the fence. And I got a lot of lady friends on that side, right? And for some reason or another, and I get along with all of them, right? And sometimes we end up, poking each other. And I don't understand why, because what it comes down to is that you got to ask yourself, why did you come into this sport, right? Are you here to compete? Or are you here to stir the pot? Or are you here to sit there and jab at somebody or apply someone's downfalls or things like that? You have to sit back and wonder and ask yourself, why did I get into the sport to begin with? Sometimes some of y'all lost the reason why you did this, You spend more energy on stuff that's not necessary or doesn't matter, And I think we should get back to, hey, if you want to make arm wrestling, important to the ladies, it starts with this. Stop fighting with one another, okay? Stop bitching at each other. Support one another, okay? You see your colleagues, because we're all on the same level as far as a respect thing. I don't mean a competition level. I meant, hey, your peers. We're all the same, right? We all put our pants on one leg at a time. You know what I mean? So what it comes down to is this, you see your colleague and they're making it on this big stage on the elite level here or there or whatever. Applaud them, especially when they're taking on someone from a different country. You want to root for your countrymen or countrywomen, I guess, do that and then pick their brain. All y'all, the veterans of the sport, the newbies, all y'all need to be on the same page. I missed the all ladies tournament, I help by getting the word out there. Never been to one. We used to have that every year in the summer in Texas. And, but the ones who want to put on the all ladies event need to realize there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. You got to make sure you got referees. Who's doing the brackets? You got to find a venue. And then there's sponsorship and the list goes on and on. Are we doing cash prizes? Are we doing awards or whatnot? And I think if everyone pulled together, that can happen again. But we got to put aside our differences. And I think that's what's getting in the way of women going forward in the sport. Got to put your guns down. No need for all that. You know what I mean? I would love to see this in at some point sooner rather than later. Because I love each and every one of y'all. I try to support each and every one of y'all. I speak highly of a lot of y'all. And I want this thing to work. But if we can't, where do we go from here? Then you're just chasing your tail and you won't go nowhere. Now, point number 2. There are tournaments out there that are fundraisers or benefits, things like that. There are tournaments out there, memorial tournaments that happen every year. There's foundations that happen every year. There's tournaments that, you know, whether it be a suicide prevention, you know, tournament. Once again, I think for those that attend those tournaments, remember why you're doing those, okay? Yeah, in the past, you know, my wife and I put on this awesome tournament every summer in June, right? LOD Foundation Tournament, right? And it's a foundation. That's the key word, foundation, right? And I've had people in the past ask me and wonder why I don't give out cash prizes. Once again, foundation tournament, okay? Now, if we happen to go in our own pockets and say, hey, we're going to have this much money for an overall, or someone wants to donate it, awesome. We can do that kind of stuff. But that person who asked me a couple years ago was kind of turned off because I didn't have cash prizes for the top 3. Strange but true, right? So remember why you go to those tournaments. Remember why you support those tournaments. You know, and everybody who's been to my tournament, supported my tournament, I really, from the bottom of my heart, speaking on behalf of the LOD Foundation, we appreciate what you guys done and help support, you know. On the flip side, I've done so myself. I've gone to tournaments where, you know, I support them. You know, there's a couple suicide tournaments I've been to, prevention tournaments. There's one here in Oregon in Myrtle Creek. There's one over there in Roy, Utah. You know, I've been to those, you know. I understand what it meant. I'm not looking for like cash prizes. If it happens, fine, cool, you know. But I remember why I'm going there. I'm helping support a good cause. I'm helping support the organizer, good friends, right? That kind of stuff. Remember why we're doing that kind of stuff. And I think sometimes, you know, with a lot going on in this sport these days, sometimes you got to take a step back and look at everything as a whole. Okay, because again, you know, I've been in this sport 14 years. Now, for some of you veterans out there, that may not be nothing, but still, 10 years ago, the sport was a lot different, you know? It's evolved in a big way, and now we got so many organizations and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go off into a tangent about that kind of stuff, but there's a lot that are offered. I think sometimes we kind of forget why we, you know, started participating in this sport anyway. The camaraderie, you know, cool. I get it. You know, hey, example number 1, I've made so many friends here, men and women. It's like a fraternity and all that kind of stuff. I've got people I call my brothers. I got some ladies I call my nieces and or my sisters, little sisters, and their kids are calling me Uncle Jody, that kind of stuff. And I'm cool with that, you know? So bottom line, the real talk, it comes to this. Remember why you got into the sport. Remember why you go to these tournaments. When you take a step back and really think about, okay, am I doing this for the right reason? When you can answer that question, I think you'll figure it out. Till next time, be good to each other.